Happy Saturday to everyone. Saturday evening, late evening. Hope everybody's having a great or had a great day today. Been on the road all day, and you barely hear me. Okay, let me turn it up a little bit. Is that better? Let me know if that's a little better. Been on the road all day, coming back from over in Atlanta, and went to I don't know what the hell that's about, but I went over to visit the new flight school that I'll be attending in spring, and I had to fill out some paperwork and stuff like that. So it took a couple days to hang out up there, and it's been an interesting, very interesting past couple days. But got everything pretty much situated, squared away for that. Today's flight is going to be a short flight from here in Miami International to Orlando. We'll do a quick little short hop on over, and gonna be on Vatsim. Looks like there's an American taking off there, getting out of there, and yeah. So we got a little morning flight in. We're gonna get this little morning flight in here. Let me find my book. Okay, this is pretty good. And a pen. So we can make sure we have we can write down our clearance. I don't think he's given a PDC. If he has, I haven't seen it. No. Were you able to fix this? No, I wasn't actually, man. I actually sent an email to the software developers of Discord, and kind of gave him some sent him some screenshots of what it looks like when it comes on or whatever, and then how it just kind of shuts out. And so I haven't heard anything from the support people yet. So hopefully they'll get it situated, man. I use Discord, to talk to you guys and stuff. I use Discord. Thought maybe we see some planes coming in. I use Discord on my cell phone when I'm talking to you guys and stuff and hanging out. So that's the only means and ways that I have right now. But hopefully, I figure it's the holiday season, so it'll be a little slow about responding. But hopefully they'll give me some info on it. And another thing is I've been updating the graphics card. I thought maybe that would have been one of the issues. But that didn't work either. And so I don't know. I think maybe one of the updates from the graphics card might have messed it up. And maybe my BIOS update, So I don't know. But hopefully we can get it situated soon. But yeah, anywho, we are actually not gonna be flying any one of the airliners today. We're gonna go ahead and go. We're gonna go a little GA today. Do a little GA flight. It looks like there's another GA plane there that has a Delta livery on it. But anyway, we're gonna go on the Challenger today. The Challenger 300. By Bombardier. This is Bombardier's Challenger. And so yeah, without further ado, we'll go ahead with our pre-flight. And external pre-flight. So we'll start with the fuselage. That's the front of the fuselage. Go ahead and remove all of the pitot covers on the pilot side. We'll remove the chalk, and the bypass pin can go. The windows look good there. Go ahead and remove the pitot covers from the first officer side of and the fuselage looks like it's good to go there. It looks intact, no damages, and no damages here up under the wing there. And windows look pretty good. The emergency exit looks sealed shut pretty well. The leading edge to the wing looks pretty good. No cracks, no damages, no holes. And the light, from what we can tell, looks pretty good. The wingtip, the sharklet, is intact. It's all good. And the trailing edge of the wing looks good. Flaps look good. Ailerons look good. Antennas look good. Up under looks good under the wing there. Looks pretty decent. We'll go ahead and remove the tire in. And we'll go over to look at the engines. We'll go ahead and remove the cover. Make sure the engine cowling looks good. The engine cover doesn't have any cracks in it, as well as the side and the after the fuselage. Take a look up at the elevator stabilizer and check that good. We look in the back of the engine there, engine number 2. Make sure that no birds have created a nest in there. In these planes, the Learjets and the smaller jets these planes are known for birds making their nest in the back. Checking up under the after the fuselage, looks good. No cracks, damages, cuts. Same thing again, looking at the vertical stabilizer and the horizontal stabilizer, or the rudder. Both of those look really good. So we'll go over to look under the we'll get that off of there. I don't know why that went back up there. All right, so we can take that off from the back. Check the engine number 1. It looks good. We'll go up to the main wheel and take the tire pin out. Same thing with checking the aft, the trailing edge of the wing there. Same thing with the sharklet. We'll check it. Check the light. Make sure it's not busted. Leading edge looks good. Windows on this side look good. And the under the fuselage looks good. All of there's supposed to be little compartments that are under here that you're supposed to make sure are closed. So yeah, so we'll jump in the I don't know what the hell this is about. I don't know what we're supposed to check in here, but yeah, anyway. Fast pre-flight, everything's done. All right, good. We'll go ahead and connect the GPU and close that out. We'll come up in the cockpit here. Have you flown? You have flown this in real life, right? Not the 300. No, not the Challenger. No way. I wish. I wish. All right, so shit. It's been a while since I've actually flown this plane on X-plane, to be honest. Get all the windows open. That's what that does. All right, well, boys, we're gonna figure this out together. All right, so we'll go to the center panel. External power is available. Oh, there we go. And I know we turn on the left battery. Standby instruments can go on. And that is pretty much it for now. Oh, we can go and get our nav nav light on. Emergency exit light is armed. Wing inspection, it can go on. That's pretty much it for now in terms of lights. Let's go ahead and get our route put in here. Okay, that looks decent. All right, so we'll go with the status. I don't know why the hell that did that, but whatever. Up, and you're gonna keep doing it. Cool. Seems legit. All right, so we got the latest database, or the latest AirNav, or AirAct, whatever the hell it's called. Let's go flight plan. Okay, Kmia to Kmco, and it's pretty easy to kind of put together. And our call sign is going to be November 6362 Mike, which is actually the call sign of the Cessna that I fly. What's up HD? Yes, I did get the scenery. I did. One of them isn't working well. I think it's the island one that you sent me. It crashes the sim. Now, I don't know if it's because I don't have it, maybe a library pack or something, but I had to go back and check into that one. But other than that, everything else came out pretty well, man. So, as always, it's greatly appreciated. I think we're gonna go on runway 12. That's the GA runway. Yeah, we'll go to Headley to execute that. DJ, what's going on, my brother? Special shout out to you, my dude. How you holding up, man? You all right? All right, so there's that Delta liveried plane. I wonder what we look like on other people's on their network. All right, we're going to the Baron 4, and we're looking for the Baron transition, but it doesn't look like it's in there. So what is going to be the transition? It's Headley. Okay, that's Baron. Okay, so maybe there isn't one. All right, cool. And we're looking for runway 36 center. Oh, isn't that great? What? No, 36 right. It says 36 center. We'll take the trim. Okay. All right, we'll go to the legs page. We'll check this here. Go ahead and get that discount out of there. Execute that. Get that discount out of there. We'll execute that. All right. Cruising altitude is going to be flight level 260. We'll put that up there. Unable 5,000 at Trump. Okay. Well. All right, so I think that is it for this, yeah. Once she set this up, it's done. It's a done data. Hey, stream, y'all shout out my boy DJ, man. He lost his grandfather today, so y'all know we sending prayers up for him and his family. I know how it is to lose grandpappy. I lost my grandpappy. What is this? 18, about 5 years ago now. So definitely understand what you're going through, man. We praying for you, and hope everything works out for you, and all that good stuff, man. I know it's a hard time and a hard thing to deal with, but like I say, man, we have to accept what God allows, and if He allowed this to happen at this time, then he knew what was best. And so, yeah, man, we're gonna pray for you, man. You know, we love you, dude. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're going to go. I don't know what the hell to do now. I haven't flown this thing in so fucking long, boys. All right, let's do this. Let's go to the radio and let's get our let's get the ATIS. Let's get the ATIS. The ATIS is going to be on 119.15. Put that in COM 1.
Miami area available from ATC. All aircraft please back or hold short instructions and defined altitude. CPDLC-DCL service operational. Advise on this. You have information uniform.
And we'll let it run again so we can get it.
International Airport ATIS information uniform. 03530. Wind 120 at 5. Visibility 10. Few clouds at 1,800. Few clouds at 3,000. Temperature 24. 2.22. Altimeter 3016. Parallel approaches in use. Arrivals expect ILS runway 8 right. ILS runway 9er. Departing runways 8 right. 9er. RNAV departure will be assigning. Notices to airmen. Runway 8 left. 26 right closed. Runway 12. 30 closed. Numerous cranes vicinity airport. Check current NOTAMs. Operate transponder with mode Charlie on taxiways and runways. Bird activity vicinity airport. Hazardous weather information for Miami area available from ATC. All aircraft please back or hold short instructions and defined altitude. CPDLC-DCL service operational. Advise on initial information uniform.
All right, so we got that. We'll go 121.8.
Airport ATIS information uniform.
I'll swap that over. It's ground frequency there. Miami ground, November 6362 Mike is requesting IFR to Orlando.
Okay, last station calling for the code position, please.
Call sign is going to be November 6362 Mike.
November 6362 Mike, Miami ground, good evening, sir. Heads off altitude to Orlando is flight level 220, and you're set flight level 220.
Boy, he sounds like shit. Yeah, we can go ahead and accept 220 for November 6362 Mike.
November 6362 Mike. Clear to Orlando International Airport via the heading to depart to Venice file. Flight 1000 respect flight level 220 after departure frequency 124.85 squawk 137 to 1372.
All right, it's kind of hard to make it out there, but we got the cleared over to the Orlando International Airport via the Headley 2 to the Headley transition. Then it's filed. I believe it was climb, maintain 5,000, and then expecting. I'm sorry, 220. 10 minutes after. Departure is going to be 124.85, and we're going to put 1372 in the box for November 6362 Mike.
November 6362, read that correct push and start at pilots. Discretion set runway 8 right for departure advice movement.
Push and start our discretion, and we'll expect 8 right for November 6362, Mike. Alright, so
November 6362, Mike, information tango is now current.
Information tango is now current for 6362, Mike. Alright, so we've got Tango. Uniform was in effect, but I guess that changed, whatever. Yeah, his mic sounds like shit. So we're gonna have to turn him up. I think I'm finna change this to wave. Can you guys hear air traffic control? Did you guys hear?
American 2516, ready to copy.
Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put Miami Tower, which is 1183. And we'll go ahead and set that. That way we can just flop that over. And looks like we'll be good to go there on radio. Alright, the squawk code 1372. Put that in there. Now this is tricky because you got to go in here and nope. Stand by on TA. Alright, there we go. Alright, good stuff. Alright, our barometric pressure is going to be 3016. So we'll change that. Good stuff. Alright, boys. We are ready to go. We're gonna go ahead and get the APU started. You hear that power up. This plane's not that loud. I think it's the other ones. In fact, I think it has its own. Yeah. Alright, so the APU should actually be up and running. There it is, 100%.
Good evening,
on
November 1760 Papa. Information in November, ready
100% on there. We'll go ahead and click on our APU. Get the APU gen.
November 1720 Papa.
Get battery 1, get the bus tie on.
Good evening, sir.
We'll disconnect the external. Go ahead and get that going. Get air over to normal. We'll go ahead and turn our beacon light on. Seat belts and no smokings can go on. All of that's good stuff. Alright, we can go ahead and get our hydro pumps running.
Papa, we're ready, taxi. November 1720 Papa. Say aircraft type, sir. Aircraft type.
Oh, that's pretty nice. Alright, anywho, keep rolling on with this. Alright, all of that looks decent. Know why that's
On the ground, good evening, American 1921, looking for IFR clearance to Tampa, filed with Bingo.
Alright, well, whatever. Good stuff.
American 1921, good evening. Top altitude to correction. Please do that. American 1921. Clear to
Okay.
Tampa International Airport via the week.
Shut up for a second. What's going on, T-Storm? My bad, bro. I wasn't paying attention, man. As you can see, I'm trying to figure this shit out. You know, I haven't flown this in a while, man. I'm sorry, T-Storm. You know I love you, my dude. You know you, my dude. Welcome aboard, man. Who else popped in? Let me make sure I get everybody. Okay, that's DJ Matt. What's going on, my dude? Yo, what the fuck? I haven't seen these in my selfie for a while. Yeah, I know, right? I know, man. It's been a while. Berto, what's going on, my dude? what it is, yo. What up? What up? What up? Y'all see, we got the cam working today. But yeah, man, what's going on, party people? Good to see y'all, man. Hope everybody enjoyed their Christmas. I hope Sandy Claus brought you all everything you want. Old Sandy. All right, so what we can do now is um, where are we? Oh yeah, oh yeah, we're good. So we don't need no push or nothing. All right, so we can actually get engine started, man. All right, let me make sure I remember how to damn do this now. You go. The AP is on in one sync. Mm. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Something about that didn't work. Okay, let me see. Let me check this again. I just thought I'd surprise you. Yeah, you did, man. 'Cause you know, I try not to miss you guys. Oh, okay, we got to turn on the ignition switch. All right, there we go. I knew it was something to start. Nothing. Crank. Okay, I think we're supposed to hit the switch first and then the igniter switch. Yeah. There's an engine. Engine start. All right, so that looks like one good engine. We'll go down here and we'll flip up engine, the left engine, and we'll go right there. The hell was that about? Okay, maybe not. Maybe we have to go here first. And then hit the switch. Ah, there we go. I guess. Hell. Anyone know any good Steam games under $25 that I can run on an old ass laptop? It's 5 years old now. Can't help you, Doc. Not me. Yo, Notre Dame got smacked around, so they are eliminated from college football playoffs. Yeah, who did they play? They played Bama today, didn't they? I usually keep up with the. I'm a Bama fan. Roll Tide. I usually try to keep up. Oh, they played Clemson. Okay, okay. Who did Alabama play? Alabama played Is it? You know, I don't know, man. Go ahead and turn the ignition off. We can turn the APU off. Get the APU gens off. We'll go ahead and turn on probe heats, windshield heats can go on. Everything else looks decent. Oh, they played Ohio? Boomer Sooner. Yeah, HD, there's an F mod for this. I didn't know. I didn't. I will not tell a lie. I didn't know that there was a an F mod for this and there's a fucking British plane sitting on top of us now. Isn't that fucking nice? Jesus. Just I was finna, when the hell did we get this? Look at this plane though. That would be kind of dope. 4 engines like that. That would actually be kind of dope. That might be a nice concept, Boeing. Somebody. Maybe not. I don't know how flight dynamics would work with that. Jesus. Remind me to send you the link for. Oh, okay, yeah, do. Okay, I will. That's what happened to Canada. Oh yeah, man. Somebody just spawns in on you. Fucking doesn't matter. All right, let's get our radios turned back on, so we can hear them yip yap. All right, let's see here. All right, now one thing I have to do is change nav source to there. First thing. Oh yeah, okay, so there's our route. Terrain and weather. All right, well, whatever. Do we get traffic? TCAS off. All right, I guess that's on. All right, well, let's get a flight director on. We can do that. Yaw dampers on. And yeah, we can set our heading bug. What the hell is that, Nightbot? Ah, that's funny. Nightbot is in there. Are you a sneaker type of guy? Yeah, I like sneakers, man. Here we see the rare Boeing mating with another bird during the winter months. That's pretty good. That's pretty fucking good, man. That's pretty good. He's not going to be on Vatsim any longer because of all of the stupid effing pilots on the platform. Oh wow, Canada isn't? Something must have happened. Yeah, watch out for those cocksuckers dudes. Canada had a ban. Oh damn, what happened, boys? I didn't get a chance to watch it. I was on the road, headed back this way, so I didn't get a chance to see it. Damn, I missed all of the good stuff. All of the shenanigans. All right, I haven't heard ground in a minute. So, let's do this. Let's get charts pulled up. I don't know where the hell we are on the airport. I know we're on the GA in front of the FBO. Speaking of the devil.
Station calling, say Colton again.
Oh, there's some here not properly in the currently after.
To Papa Lee, November 709 or Papa Lima, loud and clear 500.
Miami ground, November 6362 Mike is ready for taxi for runway 8 right.
November 6362 runway 8 right, taxi by Aquino, Kilo 1, Lima 1, cross runway 8 left.
Alright, taxi via Kilo to Kilo 1, cross runway 8 left, and hold short of runway 8 right for November 6362 Mike. Alright, so maybe the internals will come down just a little bit.
I am ground American 1921.
Alright, so we're going to come around this way.
1921, could you please repeat our squad code? We never quite met.
American 1921, squad 1425, 1425.
1425, American 1921, thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Let's get over here on this taxi line, boys. Sim Captain Mike, what's going on, my brother? Welcome aboard. Merry belated Christmas.
And ground so I'm Sunderland Lima Kmia that we have information from the departure north.
Canada banned a couple of people in Vatsim. Okay, so now what happened?
C709er Papa Lima.
What were they doing?
Miami ground, good evening, clear, so request come back.
They must have been fucking with him too bad for him to have them banned. Man, I've been okay, brother. I've been all right, man. I can't complain.
070 Papa Lima, the top altitude to for another 3,000 feet, and you're at 3,000.
I wonder why he's in that fucking big ass plane. He probably didn't change it. What's been going on with you, Sim Captain Mike?
Top altitude to Orlando from Miami. We're at 3,000.
Confirm the altitude 3,000. Is that happening?
That's up to 3,000. November 6362 Mike, contact tower 118.3. Have a nice flight, sir. Bye-bye.
Contact tower on 118.3, and you have yourself a great evening and a happy new year to you, sir.
You too, sir. Bye-bye.
Alright, so we'll swap over the tower. Miami Tower, November 6362 Mike is with you, crossing runway 8 left, holding short of runway 8 right, ready for departure.
November 6362 Mike, Miami Tower, runway 8 right, clear for takeoff, R&A 2 Sonoy.
R&A what? 6362 Mike is cleared for the departure runway 8 right. Right. All right, so nobody's there. Keep rolling, buddy. Keep rolling. Keep rolling. Keep rolling. Go ahead and get strobes. That boom, boom, boom.
Number 6, Challenger 62 Mike, be advised, near the point, will be using almost 2.8.
What? Alright, so we got emergency lights armed. We didn't have a taxi line on, but it's all good. Nav lights, all that shit's good, good. Wing inspection light can go off. APU can go off. Cab lights, entrance lights can go off.
Challenger 62 Mike, clear for takeoff, no delay, traffic on a 5-mile final.
6362 Mike is taking off. Alright, so yeah, there we go. We sat on the ground too long. It's 80 knots. 3-1. There's a rotate. We're off the ground. Positive rate gears going up.
Number 4641 Whiskey. Make sure approach runway 8 right.
Pull the throttles back a little bit.
Too low terrain. Too low terrain. Too low terrain. Too low terrain.
Number 6362 Mike. Change approved model Unicron 122.8.
122.8. We appreciate everything you did for us. Have a great New Year's and see you. Alright, so we go over to Unicom. Guess everybody's getting off. It's late enough. Alright, let's see here. Alabama touchdown. Okay, good shit. Good shit, Alabama. Try to keep this heading. And above. Alright, so we're leveling out here. There's that active sky. Got some active sky weather in and again tonight. Let's see here. Can we do nav? Vertical speed not gonna be. Get that going. That gonna work out? I think that's gonna work out, boys. Pull the throttles back some. We are way above speed restriction. That's all good because here's 10,000. So we'll go ahead and get our landing lights off. Let them know in the back. Now this airplane doesn't have auto throttle, so I have to pay attention to it. Let's get our altitude up to, what did he give us? 220. Probably do a little bit more, probably about 17. I'll do 2100 per minute. All right, so the autopilot's on, boys. Let's see here. All right, flew on Vatsim earlier, KRSW to KPIE. Okay, good shit, good shit. How was that flight, man? IRS just people being stupid. Okay, Okay. It was just stupid stuff like there were just a bunch of step-on and interruptions on Canada was asking for clearance, and oh yeah. Okay, Alabama's winning 45-27. Okay, well, we ain't gonna worry too much about that. What's up, bud? What's going on, my brother? Get down. Dylan, what's going on, my dude? What is going on? Welcome aboard, my man. Hope you had a great Christmas. Hope everybody had a great Christmas, man. Y'all getting ready for New Year's now. Turn up for New Year's, man. Get drunk out of our minds so we don't remember the next morning. Just keep it on full throttle? Yeah, right. And burn out our engines, huh? Rayvar, what's up, my dude? Welcome aboard, man. How's it going, my brother? Let's make sure we don't get in one of those. Please contact me on. All right, now what the hell is that about? Cabin altitude.
Cabin altitude, 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 cabin
okay.
Cabin altitude, 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 cabin altitude.
What? It's fucking on, dude.
Cabin altitude, 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 cabin altitude.
It's on.
Cabin altitude, 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 cabin altitude,
killing passengers. Yeah, I know. Shit, I don't know how to.
Cabin altitude, cabin altitude,
Jesus.
cabin altitude, 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 cabin altitude.
Yep, I guess everybody's all right. Shit. Manual pressure on. Oh wait, but is it gonna do it again? Son of a bitch is doing something. Alright, now this is a short flight. We don't want to miss the top of the damn descent. Moving around with no damn cabin altitude pressure. Alright, I think we got it situated, boys. It looks like cabin altitude is where it was going up. Seems fine. Looks fine. Pretty fucking nice airplane, guys. Alright. Let's get Nightbot situated since he wants to be a part of the party. At least if you're gonna be giving up information like you doing, homie, you gotta have like the right stuff. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Yeah, but back to that whole Captain Canada ordeal, man. I totally agree with his frustration in terms of being upset about being stepped on and shit, man. That shit gets to be annoying after a while, man. Especially because, like I was saying, I don't know, we were saying on the last stream that we did, man. Like me, for example, for instance, if I hear somebody is transmitting something, I immediately stop. And sometimes they'll stop, sometimes they won't. Sometimes they'll keep going on. But it's just the courtesy of just, you know, you hear certain amount of people talking at one time. Just everybody stop and then that allows everybody to be cautious about jumping in. You know, so yeah, I can definitely attest to his frustration with that, with not being able to get transmissions over.
Overspeed. Overspeed.
See, I knew it.
Overspeed. 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 Overspeed.
That's the only thing about this aircraft you have to worry about is overspeeding. There's no auto throttles. No auto throttle for this aircraft. Let's get this yeah, I know, right? We're going pretty fast, huh? I don't want the speed to drop too much. I'm gonna kind of keep us at we got a 50 knot tailwind wiping across the back of us, but wanted to drop too far down. And they're having a whole party on Unicom. Get that back. Electrical flight controls. Fuel. Hydraulics. Well, we'll put the electrical system up there, I guess. Oklahoma is making this a game. It's 45-34. Bama with 126 left in the game. I don't know if they're gonna be able to close them out though, man. Bama's a 126. That's a lot of time though. Shit, in football, that's a lot of time. You retract that statement. A lot of time in football, man. I just hope my my Patriots can pull it off in the morning or tomorrow afternoon. And if in fact they come into Atlanta for the Super Bowl, I might not be in the Super Bowl, but you better damn hell well believe I'm gonna be in the area. If my Pats come to Atlanta, man, I'll probably do like an impromptu stream from the Mercedes Dome, the Mercedes-Benz Dome, arena, stadium, whatever they call it. Hell no, I ain't no Jags fan. Ah, man, I almost threw up. Jesus, T-Storm, you can't hit me with shit like that, my dude. No, I'm not a Jags fan, man. I'm a New England Patriots fan. And let's clear it all the way up. I'm a New England Patriots fan. I'm not a Tom Brady fan. All right, so let's get this bad boy down to about 19. Or shit, we can come down probably lower than that. Let's hit vertical speed. Come down about 16 per minute. Come down off of the throttles here. Boy, they having a party on this damn. We'll just put 10,000 in there. Let's do that. And there's 10,000. Nah, you good, T-Storm. You good, man. Let's not make that a habit, though. Throw a little speed break out there. Bama wins 45-34 and rematches with Clemson. Yep. I kind of figured Bama be going back. They'll be going back again this year, man. All right, let's take a look at the ATIS here. Orlando's ATIS is going to be 100 at 3 knots, 1 statute miles of visibility. Wow. Runway 35 left. Precipitation at 6,000 feet. Broken at 3,000. Nope, broken at 300. Overcast at 25,000 feet. We should be under that in a little while. Temperature's 2.1, dew point 19, or dew point 21, temperature 19. Altimeter 3018. We never did switch to standard barrel. That's all good. We're going up to 18. All right, boys. So we gonna see about this landing here. If it's gotta see what the weather is. That looks. There's Orlando there. And I think we're coming in on. Speed this descent up just a little bit here. All right, we coming in on 36. 36 right. So I put in the nav radio 110.7. Seven. All right. So that looks pretty decent. Looks like we'll just go ahead and do a little traffic pattern. Down. There's Orlando. That's some overcast. For all the college football marbles, that is cool that a Western USA city is hosting a college football championship game. Yeah. Eh. All right, so we should be at 8,000. To probably swap this over to, yeah. All right, so we'll go ahead and get lights turned on. Let anybody else know, let anybody back there know if they're still alive back there, since we almost killed them at the beginning. All right, so we've got Rams, Popeye, and then Vectors, and then we just do a turnaround. We just do a traffic pattern. Yeah, they're going up to San Francisco. You know, I have my pros and cons about that, but I think it's gonna be cool. I think it's gonna be dope. I think they'll have fun up there in San Francisco. There's little Orlando. Orlando is actually a really nice airport. And for all payware purposes, it really looks great. Well, the speed breaks a little bit. CJ, are you allowed to bring someone with you when you fly in real life? Not at the moment. You can come to the airfield and hang out. You come to the airfield and hang out, definitely do that. But in terms of going up in the air with me, nah. Not yet, but don't worry. In a couple, in fact, I went out to visit the school today, or not today. Not today. Yesterday. The yesterday. Thursday. Whatever day it was. It was Thursday. It was Thursday. We went to check it out to see, you know, what aircraft and stuff that they had to fly in terms of single engine. It looks like they actually have the 172s with the glass cockpits, and they also have the CIRRUS SR-22s. CIRRUS SR-22s. I got a bunch of pictures. Yeah, I went to check that out, and it was actually really, really interesting to be out on the airfield again. And so basically, with this being my new school or whatever, I should have my private pilot's license within the next 2 or 3 months, to be quite honest, based on the way that the program works. And so okay, so I don't know how in the hell we ended up on this side, but it's all good. All right, so we're gonna disconnect the autopilot my aircraft. gonna do a simple traffic pattern here. It looks like we're going to be on the 17. Yeah. Throw some speed brakes out here. Let's go to approach. We'll go with the 17 right instead of the 36. Yeah, good. All right, we can change that in here. Clear that out. Clear that out. Let's go right to the approach fix. We'll drop that in there. All right, fine. We'll put you up there. What the hell? All right, well, direct. Boom. All right, good stuff. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. Looks like we are 160. Come down a little bit more on speed. We'll go ahead and throw flappage out. Get ready to make this turn here shortly. Descend and maintain 5,000 and hold that there to catch the localizer and the glide slope. Go ahead and start the turn. There's 5,000. Oh. I don't want to lose it too much. Let's do this. Oh, my dog's going nuts. Let's get lined up here. All right, so we're gonna have to deal with this overcast bullshit here. Down to 3,000. All right, and I have to change the nav course because That was no good. I'm going to drop some more flaps out there. Slowing down here, we got a tail or a crosswind. Gonna get our gear out. Goes, you should be 16. This is gonna be all the way down to 300, boys, so butter it. We gonna see about that butter, boys. We gonna see about that butter, man.
Minimums.
All right, we're landing.
$500.
All right, boys, there's some ground. Still don't have any runway lights yet.
$100.
Whoa! What the heck?
Too low terrain. 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 Too low.
Yeah, we're gonna go
terrain.
around, boys.
Too low terrain. Too low terrain. Too low terrain. Too low terrain. Too low terrain.
There's the airport and the runway there. What the hell were we thinking?
Too low terrain.
What were we thinking?
Too low terrain. Too low terrain. Too low terrain. Too low terrain.
Alright, so we'll go on heading mode. Go vertical speed down to 3,000. All right, we're gonna try it again, boys. Last flight, yeah, probably. Now that we had to do this, yeah, probably since we had to go around. I haven't flown this aircraft in a long time. It sounds like the CRJ, is it? It sounds like the it sounds like the CRJ, but it you know, it's the little Challenger. We're just gonna do a little traffic pattern here, that's all. Pull the throttles back some. What we're gonna do is we're gonna come in on Glowsy. Red Glowsy. No clear there. Direct Glowsy. Direct Glowsy. Direct Glowsy. Why are you not doing this? Stupid. 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 There we go, execute. Alright, so we should be at 16 at Glowsy. So we'll pull this out some. And there's gonna be flip around. That is why you have an ILS, CAT 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and all of those different ones. Nav source 1. Course should be 185. It's 185. South is 180. Yep. The hell did I do that for? Whoops, too far. There we go. 185 degrees, something like that. E1852. There we go. Nav source FMS1. Let's see how far out we should go. Can we put a fix? Yes, we can. All right, let's do that. Runway 17, right? So we go RW17R. Shut your face. What? What? All right, we start turning around. We drop some flaps out here. This plane is so temperamental. All right, Clemson versus Bama round 2. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's gonna be the they'll play New Year's Day, won't they? I think they'll play New Year's Day. All right, so we got that overcast at 300. So we'll try the localizer down this time. Slow it down, buddy. Your flappage to come down here. All right, so the localizer is there. Do we have a localizer button? Or is it just, oh, go to nav source, right? Yeah, we gotta go to nav source. What's going on, Gio? What's up, my dude? How's it hanging, man? Merry after Christmas. It's the 7th, okay. Alright, so the localizer's alive. Merry after Christmas. Happy holidays, my dude. Happy holidays, man. Oh, okay, so it's following the nav track now. Good shit. Alright, now it should be, we should get a glide now. There it is. Approach mode, there it is. All right, so we grab it. We got the glide slope. First time I've ever activated that in this plane. Let's go ahead and get the gear out. Try to slow this bad boy down. Guess there's no speed brake arm. Guess it's automatic. We need about 123.
Approaching 17 right. Minimums.
Landing my aircraft.
500.
All right, little buddy, don't sink on me here.
$100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
All right, boys, we'll go ahead and let out our speed brakes there. Reversers. Let the nose come down. Go ahead and stow those and go to our manual braking system here. And kind of let it roll out a little bit. And I don't know where the hell GA parks, so we just gonna take it off here. Why are you so pushy? Slow down. Alright, so we ended up on hotels, so we'll just turn on around here. Terminals and shit back here, but that's alright. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Orlando. Get nav and logo, get strobe off. Oh, is that what it looks like in Orlando now? Is that what they're trying to say? It says visibility is 1 statute mile. That's pretty sickening. Very nice. Thank you, my boy T Storm. Appreciate it, dude. We can get the flight directors off. We're just gonna come on over here to a terminal, I guess. just park at like one of the ramp parts. I don't know. Great landing the center line. I don't know about center line. Don't know about center line, but it was pretty good. I'll take it. I'll take it. Let's see who's over here. British Airways. Lon, whoever it is. Well, it would be nice to see little Orlando, but it's overcast is killing us. Come out this way here. What's poppin', y'all? Oh, y'all the big boys, but look, we just gonna borrow a parking space. That's all. We came over here to borrow some space, y'all. So don't trip out on this. Can't pull it to a gate because the auto gate I don't think will work. So but we'll still pull over to a terminal, I guess. I'm pulling between these two guys here. I don't think they'll mind. See, will we get an auto gate? Nope. Nope. No marshal. They should still marshal you in though. That they should still at least do that. All right, so we got the brakes on. Got the APU coming on. Park brake. Damn, I missed the landing. I'll go back and watch. Well, we're getting ready to go watch it ourselves. We're gonna do some replays, man. So don't worry. All right, we can get that off. Get engine number 1 off. And we'll go with number 2. Engine spool down. Yeah, we're gonna do some replays in just a minute, Deej. Get the airplane turned off. Nav and logo can still, where the nav light can stay on. Super seatbelts can go off. All the rest of that junk can go. Stay like it is. All right. Let's go up in the tower. We'll oh boy, we won't be able to see anything from the tower. All right, let's disconnect X Squawk Box. Get rid of who's online. Oh, neither one of those. Get that out of here. Let's see. All right. Nope, we're not gonna do that. Probably do something like this. Oh boy. So much for watching the landing. Jesus, we can't see squat. Well, we'll see the runway, I guess, when it comes up. I mean, jack squat. Nada. Nothing. Zilcho. Oh, okay, there's some breakage there. course, the landing didn't look like that when we landed. A little bit more clearer. Let's see about this center line, Jerry, you speak of. We were a little bit right, or a little bit left of it, but a little bit left of the line. I mean, overall, it looked like a pretty damn good approach. Lose it into the weather. That's actually pretty nice coming down. I know, right? 193. I can dig it. But I mean, it's a GA plane, you know, so it's kind of, it's more of my element. What I'm used to paying attention to, I'm used to flying. Well, boys, I think that's gonna do it for me tonight. Appreciate y'all for hanging out with me. Look at that fog, man. That looks amazing with the fucking active sky. I hope you guys enjoyed it, man. I did. And yeah, man. We'll probably get back on tomorrow. Do some more. And hang out a little bit. But again, I hope everybody had a great Christmas weekend.
Configuration.
And
configuration. 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 Configuration.
That would, you gonna scream that the whole time.
Configuration. Minimums. Minimums.
All right. Well, anyway, T-Storm, what you say, man? 193, not too shabby. Jerry says it was 183. Man, y'all are crazy. Hey, but anyway, look, check this out, boys. We are going to, we'll see you next time, man. And hopefully we'll probably get back into one of the airliners tomorrow. But appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Have a great rest of your weekend. Have a great Sunday morning. I hope everybody is being safe out there during the holiday weekend. And yeah, we'll see you guys. I know I probably will see you guys before New Year's. I'll try to, definitely gonna see you guys before New Year's. So yeah, till then, we'll see you. Peace.